The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Madden 319. Wide left. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
319. Hey, check. Man left. We got three, fellas. We got three. 319.
Now on second and 16. Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
26.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. To Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Push him back.
That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the 31. Check 26.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
You got Callie. You got that right there.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Texans.
Mike, what's that? 18! Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain there of 30 big ones. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
258. I'm coming up to you. I'm coming 30. I'm coming up to you.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Complete to Jones. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Hey, pick 26. 41's the mic. Hey, dude.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to fire one, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Watson flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
He was brought down by Trey Williams. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
A 43-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First down, Texans.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Again, it's Miller. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Watson now, operating from the gun. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. Hey, 31. Tighten up.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Oh, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
A 50
And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down.
No. 158. Check, 41. Quit talking about it and bring it. Jump out. 41, Mike. Hey, Steve 6.
Now it's Rodgers. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
I can't believe that you play. 50.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Hey, Delta. 41's coming. 41's the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Boxing. Check it out. Liz. 41's the mic. 41's the mic.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Looking deep, and Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Reed, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
After the interception, here's Watson. Steps away. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The first down carry here for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They go to Johnson again. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Texans on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is third down and 12. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 25-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the Texans scoop it.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here. And now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught by Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Body Calhoun. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Hey, 626.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. From his end zone, it's Rodgers on 3rd and long. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So after about as long a play as humanly possible without scoring, here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. This one taken just inside the 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Johnson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
He's trying to score. 26.
And they, in fact, will throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because this...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
41 Mike.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll look to throw. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. Rodgers to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Two times, 50. Hey, check. 3 down. Hey, echo. Mike 41. We've got to wedge that. Crunch time, defense. Mike 41.
One final try now for Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Rodgers has done it before, but he won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game.